Here we are, back at the Queen of Versailles. Why, you ask? Because we're going to see Miss Sherie Rene Scott in the title role. That's exciting. Hey, I saw Queen of Versailles again last night, wrinkly playbill because it was raining, and my friend scored tickets because Kristin was out and Sherie Rene Scott was in. So I got to see a different Jackie Siegel. I actually enjoyed the show more this time, and it has nothing to do with the lead performers. It's apples and oranges with these two. When you first see a show, if it's not working quite like you want it to, or you're bored or you're confused, as I tend to be, it pulls you out, you don't know what you're doing. But the second time you come back, you know what the problems are. And you're able to just sit back and go, you know what? I know this isn't a perfect show, but I'm gonna just enjoy this performance moment to moment. And the audience was really there to support Sherie Rene last night. Right from the start, they gave her this long ovation when she made her first appearance. So she knew the audience loved her, and the love was just going back and forth, and the rest of the ensemble was there to really support her. And she was great. They're letting Sherie Rene do her own thing with it. She's not trying to imitate, because she's not like an understudy. She's a standby. She is a star in her own right. She has Broadway credits. You know, we know who Sherie Rene Scott is. And also, if we just think she's vocally quite different than Kristin. Kristin's a coloratura soprano, and Sherie is more like a mezzo soprano with a strong belt. So just vocally, they were so different. Kristin's really bright and pingy, and then Sherie sounds better in that middle range. She's got that kind of smokier sounding voice, and then she pops up to that belt every so often. She did struggle in a couple spots where, you know, you can't fault her. This was written for Kristin Chenoweth, and who has an amazing range, who really shines in her top, whereas Sherie more shines in the middle. So there are a couple places where it was just landing right in her passaggio. But she was fine, you know, she's a pro, she made it through. And if you're wondering, in the second act, spoiler, there's a operatic section, and like everyone's wondering what's Sherie gonna do with it, and they just made a total comedic moment out of it, which I thought was really smart. And we know she doesn't have those crazy high notes like Kristin, so they made a joke out of it, and I thought it was really fun. Also, comparing the performances, Kristin is much more of a ham. She's sillier. I felt like Kristin was funnier. She got more laughs, but Sherie, right from the start, she's such a great performer that I was loving her performance. Yeah, and the audience was loving her as well. And wow, she did such a great job for this being her first time stepping into this role. And I imagine over the holidays, Kristin has some commitments that Sherie will be filling in. In fact, I don't see why she would even have agreed to take this contract if she didn't know that there was going to be performances that she would be able to play the role in. So I really enjoyed her. I enjoyed the show more because my expectations are so low now. So, you know, if you're a fan of Sherie Rene Scott, or if you're one of those people who was upset with Kristin Chenoweth because of her tweets, then don't punish the show. Go see Sherie Rene Scott in it. She's great. So, yeah, you have no excuse, and you only have like a month. So go check out Queen of Versailles, regardless of who is in it, and give them the love that they deserve.